Hello, good morning. This is J. Richard Varvel for the JRV Morning Show. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me here today live, as well as for those of you joining in the archives. It's so great to have you all here. And once again, I see the microphone is over where I clip it after the show, so I apologize for the extra noise you're going to hear right now. Okay, we're all hooked in. Good morning, whoever has joined in live. I'm pretty sure it's Aaron, so welcome. And let's see. It is Aaron. Good morning. Let's see. All right, let me just get my Facebook page situated here, so that way I can keep tabs on the show and make sure everything is broadcasting the way I think it is. And there I am. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do a little spritzer because this morning, actually the past 2 mornings, I've really not wanted to get out of bed. I've been cuddling with my little Watson boy, and he has just been, he just loves to cuddle, and especially in the morning. So it doesn't really make for me wanting to get out of bed. So it's been a little slow start to wake up, but we're here, and I am awake, and I'm definitely ready for the show, and I'm excited to be here. So again, welcome to the show. And Aaron, thank you so much for joining us live. I really appreciate it. And I know it's going to be a great show. I already have got some ideas about the meditation that have come through. And so it's great. So, All right, well, before we get started, I want to remind everybody that the giveaway going on right now, from now until December 18th, is this beautiful salt lamp, and it's gloriously divine. I love it, and I will be drawing it out of all the people that join me live, as well as all the people that have liked my page. And then for those of you that share my posts, you get 5 extra entries. And so, Aaron, I already know you will be the recipient of a few of those extras because you've shared a few of my posts. So a little bit about the salt lamp. It's a Himalayan salt lamp, and they were formed millions of years ago. The lamps emit negative ions that cleanse and purify the air. These unique lamps provide a beautiful glow, creating a calm and relaxing atmosphere. These salt lamps, they were procured in Pakistan. Okay, so that is that. So I love having them around. I've had them in my house, or wherever I'm living, for at least the past 8 years. I really feel like they add a nice beauty and ambience to any living space, as well as I do feel their ability to keep the air and energy cleansed in the space. So they're a great addition. Okay, so I want to pick the card for the day because the meditation is going to require a little bit of setup before we get into the meditation. So let's see what wants to come through for today. And just as a side note, in order for me to know that you've joined me live, I have to have you react in some way or comment, and then that way it is recorded. Otherwise, it doesn't show me who you are. So in order for me to be able to make sure I get you entered in the drawing, you have to react in some way or comment when you join in live. Just so you guys know while I'm thinking about it. Ooh. All right, self-talk. Ooh, self-talk. Self-talk, this is a biggie. I know the cards are kind of shiny, so you'll be able to see it better in the picture that I include in its own post. Because after the show, I do type up a little reading for the card that is definitely along the lines of what I said during the show, but it also it's just written out, so it comes through a little bit differently. So it just adds to the all the energies, and adds to the perspective that was already given live. Okay, so if you can see, there's like these little teeth. It's almost like a mouth opening, and it's really depicting the author of the deck, Shirley Harnish. She saw this as like a mouth where the teeth were facing in, because self-talk is so important. How we're talking to ourselves, how we're loving ourselves, how we're supporting ourselves. All those things are contribute to how we are manifesting in our current reality, and how that's going to be looking for us. So, for example, if we're constantly complaining and we're always in fear of the worst case scenario, and oftentimes, let's say the worst case scenario shows up for you, I would say that shouldn't be a surprise, because that's what you've been putting out. And in fact, the great thing about that is it shows how powerful you are at creating what you want. And so if that is the case, if you are creating a lot of what you don't want, it's just a matter of tweaking how you're talking about your reality. It's like we're telling a story about ourselves, we're telling a story about our life, and we're adding to that story with the words that we use. And so we want to make sure that we're using the best words possible. And we're the ones writing the story, so we get to use whatever words we want. And so that's how we are the creators of our own reality. Okay, so that's one instance, or that's why self-talk is so important. Another way to look at it, as one of my metaphysical teachers had shared in a story, is any situation that you find yourself in, there's either a flower garden on one side or a garbage heap on the other. And it's up to you to decide, what do you want to focus on? And the garbage heap and the flower garden are there all the time. And it's just a matter of where do you want to put your focus and attention. And wherever you put your focus and attention, that grows. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus your attention on, it grows, it expands. So, again, really important to be aware of what you're telling yourself. What, are you your biggest cheerleader, or are you your worst critic? And if you're your worst critic, it is important to work on changing that relationship and engaging that part of yourself and changing that dialogue if you would like to get to a more peaceful, calm, and balanced state of being, so you can move about your day without having like a negative monkey or a negative devil on your shoulder. You can turn that devil into an angel, or any symbol or figure that you see as a cheerleader, someone that is supporting you, someone that is loving you, and someone that has no judgment, someone that just loves you completely, just like you would love your best friend. Okay, so enough about self-talk. If you have any questions about that, you can always reach out via private message, via private message. That's a great way to do it, or in the comments. And you can do that live, or you can do that as well in the archives. So I want to talk about abundance. Abundance is what the focus of this meditation. And one of the many forms of abundance and prosperity is money, at least in this current reality that we live in. So we're going to get into a mystical river during the meditation, but I want to do a little mind expanding exercise by giving you a bit of insight into the occult view of money. And when I say occult, I mean secret. I don't mean evil per se, but it could be evil, but it could be good. Okay, so for this is neutral. So money, as far as the occult symbol, it's the symbol of water. Okay, so if you look at money as if it's water, that is how, and as if it flows, you're definitely on the right track with how the elites look at money. Okay, so here's some words we use to confirm that. So when you have money, you have currency, and so current, there's a flow. So when you go to the riverbank, the bank, so you go to the bank, but literally it's like a riverbank because the currency and the flow, the bank is the in charge of the flow of currency. So it's like the bank is a why am I confused? The bank is literally a controller of the flow. I guess I've already said that. So those are some mind expanding awarenesses around money and how you can see it as a more expansive symbol. You can see it as water, and you can see it flowing all around you, and that definitely opens up that energy to be magnetized to you a lot easier, especially if money is kind of an issue. Okay, so it's 11:11, and after I watch this back, I'll see how that went. I might come back around to this tomorrow. So let's close our eyes. For now, it's good. I want you to grow roots from the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet down into the center of Mother Earth. And I would like you to say hello and send your love to Mother, Father Earth, as well as your appreciation and gratitude for being here and being loved and nurtured and supported. Let's take a deep breath. Another one. I want you now to be finding yourself walking through an enchanted forest with beautiful redwood trees all around. And there's a mist that is rolling through that you notice is sparkling with different colors. You may see some fairies in your peripheral view flying around and sprinkling pixie dust all around you. And off in the distance, you hear moving water. You believe it to be a river, and I want you to move towards that river. And I want you to be coming up to the river now. It's quite expansive. This is a rushing river that you wouldn't necessarily jump in to cross without some kind of gear. So it's moving pretty fast. It's beautiful. It's pristine, it's clean, it's clear. It's full of life, full of energy. All right, I want you to jump in and lay on your back and just allow the current to take you. Allow yourself to just float. And when you let go, you realize the river takes you right to the center and has you gliding easily and gracefully, floating down the river, with you having to do nothing but just let go and relax and just floating on your back. Feel into how easy this flow feels. There's nothing to do here. You can relax every part of your body. There's no worry of not floating somehow, some way. You just easily float down this magical, mystical river. This is your river. This is your flow. It can be this easy. This is definitely a space to come to and check in with often. We live in a reality where time and competition and resources are limited. In this space, there's no limitations. It's completely expansive, and the energies and resources are abundant. This is your true state of being. And this is a place and a state of being that you expand from the inside out. And as you do that, it will reflect into your physical world. Allow yourself to feel into floating down the river, your river. We're going to take a moment to just enjoy that before we come back. All right, I want you to become aware of your physical body. Begin wiggling your fingers and toes. And open your eyes whenever you're ready. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Erin, and welcome back all those that joined in the archives. How was that? How was that for everybody? I know for me, it was... that felt really good. I was like, because when I first tuned into the show, I felt some anxiety and some nervousness, and that comes up for me every now and again. And so I know that if I just do it, I'm fine. But anyhow, it still doesn't always feel so great. But I totally feel like that. I just got all washed away, and I'm in my flow. Apparently I was a little bit out of my flow, and so that felt really good. So I'd love for you guys to comment how that was for you, if you were able to do the meditation. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's time to open the show up for calls, if anyone would like to call in for a mini reading. That call-in number is 661-800-5875. Again, that's 661-800-5875. And you are able to go ahead and call in now, if anyone would like to call. All right, so I would like to also remind everybody that I'm going to be at First Friday this week. It's an event that is downtown, put on by the Current Arts Council, and it is the first Friday of the month, and they call it the ArtWalk. And there's many galleries downtown that host special events and have their doors open. So you have all that going on, as well as some of the restaurants have specials, and they're usually pretty busy. And then all the different vendors with crafts and creations are set up on the street for you to easily walk around and take in all that awesomeness, as well as people have stuff available for purchase if you would like to buy a gift for yourself or that special loved one or friend. So it's a great event, and especially right now during Christmas time. For those of you that do purchase gifts and participate in all that activity and would like to get your special someone or friend something special, First Friday is a great place to do that, because there's a lot of unique and special gifts available, including mine. And so I'll take this opportunity to talk about my unique and special blend oils. Pardon me. They are therapeutic grade essential oils that I blend in a sacred ancient process that was given to us by the earth and by the ancient cultures that came before us, back in the Egyptian times and before. And in that process, there is the ability to put in intentions into the oils, and so that way they can be utilized in your spiritual journey, also known as this thing called life. So they're fabulous. They're soul food. I consider them to be magic in a bottle. They're very uplifting. Each blend has their own unique energetic structure and also smell. And they're very multidimensional because there's blends within blends. And so they really are able to take you on a journey within, which is fantastic in the sense that they use smell as a way to take us inside and experience the unseen part of ourselves. So I feel like it's a great bridge between the seen and unseen. So they're very multifaceted. They're fantastic. I will be out there at Space 102 next to Tasty's Bakery. I would love for you to come by if you are in the Bakersfield area and would like to be out for a fun special evening downtown. Please come by and check out my booth, or my table. It's not really a booth. Okay, so let's see, people, what else? Oh yeah, the other product that will be there, and it works definitely in conjunction with the oils, is the Good Box. The Good Box is fantastic. It's really created... I created it because it's something that I utilize all the time. I, in my business, also go out and do... why am I having trouble with this? Energy clearings, space clearings, house blessings, and part of that process is definitely saging, Palo Santo, burning Palo Santo wood, as well as sweetgrass, and there's some other things I also add as well, but these are definitely the foundational items. So you get a sage bundle, selenite wand, you, as I said, get the Palo Santo wood, and then you would get one chakra pendant. It's chakra beads that are put together, and it's one chakra bead reflecting each of the 7 main chakras. And you also get a lovely braid of sweetgrass, and it all comes in this handy dandy box that keeps it all together. And then at the bottom is the abalone shell, which is great because that also has some awesome energy properties that are coming in, that you bring into your space, but it also is great for containing embers and putting out embers if you need to. So those retail at $55. I have a special going on that if you get the box and one blend, that's $68, and that saves you $20. And then for $78, that gets you the box and 2 blends, and that saves you $43. And I'm going to have a couple additional specials running for First Friday, and I will also put those out live at First Friday and make them available for all of you out there for the weekend. Hello, thank you for joining me, whoever has joined in live. Just so you know, oh, they popped away. I was just going to say, just so you know, you have to react or comment in some way for me to know who you are. Otherwise, you remain anonymous. Okay. All right, it's 11:23, and I haven't received any calls, so I'm going to sign out for today. Please don't forget that we are still doing another giveaway, and this one is for the salt lamp. So if you like my page, if you tune in live, you're entered, as well as if you share any of my posts, you get 5 extra entries. So thank you so much for joining me live, Erin. I really, really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure. And I want to thank all of you that join me in the archives as well. It's wonderful to have you here. And I thank you so much for joining and adding the energy, or adding your energy, even if it's after the fact. All right, surrounding everybody with a giant, huge hug of love until tomorrow morning at 11. I'll see you then.